So last week I made a video about female friendships and it caused quite a bit of stir. People that were talking about the fact that, yeah, you definitely can't be friends with a woman as a man, and other people that were saying, hey, what's the big deal here? I think you guys are being way overprotective. And so today I want to respond to your comments, and maybe together we can continue to parse through this confusing world of guy-girl relationships. As a girl who spent 3 years caught up over a guy who was just a friend, I couldn't agree more with this video. Guys, it is so loving for you to clearly state your intentions with a girl as soon as you're aware of them and to not act in opposition to those intentions. I experienced so much hurt, partly because I did not communicate or set boundaries for myself, because this guy was a friend and he treated me like his girlfriend. So this is coming from a girl's perspective, and when we talk about guarding a woman's heart or guarding her heart or protecting her heart, this is what we mean. We're stating our expectations and intentions clearly. We're not leading on people, and we're not treating people that are friends like girlfriends. There should be a clear distinction here, because if there's not, then you're sending mixed signals. You're saying, hey, I've yet to call you my girlfriend, but yet I'm texting you every day, yet we're going out one-on-one to dinner and activities and all sorts of stuff like that. And they think, well, okay, maybe I am more than a friend to him. You can see how emotions get really messy in that scenario. I was hurt by a godly Christian guy who didn't set boundaries with me. He spent hours one-on-one with me and had deep conversations. He said we were just friends, but I held out hope. I should have set boundaries and not spent so much time with him and open up to him like I did. He told me, I just spend time with you because I like to do this with all of my friends. But it was not the same at all. It hurt. It broke my heart. I've seen this time and time again. No boundaries, long conversations, one-on-one meetings. You're not stating your intentions, and you're also sharing more than you probably should. You're sharing your darkest fears, your greatest hopes, all this like deep stuff, maybe past trauma or past hurt. Sharing this with your girlfriends as a girl is completely normal, or a guy with your guy friends. But girl to guy, in my experience, you're developing an intimacy there that shouldn't be there right at that moment. But girl to guy, you're developing more intimacy there than is wise for the level that you're at, which should be just friends. My female best friend now has a boyfriend, and I quickly realized that I have strong feelings for her that I can't shake. Even though I've always been attracted to her, I lied to myself for so long and never thought of her as a potential partner since we were just friends. Before she was dating him, we hung out one-on-one countless times and always had deep conversations. One of the big questions that I would have for you, if you are somebody in the camp that says you can totally have female friendships and they're basically the same as guy friendships and there's no big deal there, my question for you is, would you behave the same way if they were married, or behave the same way if they were in a relationship or had a boyfriend? If the answer is no, then you're crossing some boundary there. You're crossing some line there. If you're not going to continue on your way of, oh, we always go out on Friday nights and we hang out one-on-one and we get ice cream and it's just friends, we're just friends, we do this. And would you continue that if they had a boyfriend? No, of course not, because their boyfriend would be doing that with them. So why are you doing that with them? You got to ask yourself, would I be sharing this information about myself with them if they were married, if they had a husband, if they had a boyfriend? Or would that feel weird? Would that feel like, well, why am I sharing this with somebody's wife? But it's because in this context, you feel like a safety with them. You feel like, oh, we can grow closer together. But that's dangerous as men and women if you're not intentional about pursuing them. I feel like female friends is okay as long as the friendships are casual or even on the acquaintance side, because whenever you guys try to become best friends, there's always going to be some sort of romantic or sexual interest from either guy or the girl, and feelings aren't always mutual. And that's when things get messy. It's just goofy to me when there's like a wedding and the bride has a guy best friend and everyone just knows him. Oh, that's just Chad. Oh, he's Diane's best friend. And sure, Diane's marrying Curtis, but Chad's been there for so long and there's so many funny moments, and Chad's going to give a speech about how they're best friends and how they went out all the time and had so much fun. And it's just like, that is weird. That's weird. I'm sorry. Like, you shouldn't have a girl best friend if you are a man that is married. And I need to make boundaries. Too many girls want to talk to me, but I know I must not go too far. You can be female friends in a group with other guys, but never alone. This is some wisdom here. Hey, like maybe you're a pretty outgoing guy and girls are just kind of like gravitate towards you. You have a lot of responsibility about protecting their hearts. You really do. This doesn't mean you need to water down your personality or change who you are, but it just means that, hey, I'm going to reserve my interactions with these girls in group settings. I'm not going to ask them to hang out one-on-one. I'm not going to text them all the time. I'm only going to text them when I need to coordinate something logistically or we're working on a project together or whatever else. But I'm going to leave it to that. And I'm going to focus on having group conversations and not long lingering one-on-one conversations with any of these women about my hopes and my dreams if I don't have further intention to pursue them. Really needed this video. One of my closest friends is a girl, and I've definitely been struggling with what constitutes a good female friendship versus one that is unhealthy, and how to change an unhealthy friendship into a healthy one. This is tough because some of you guys have already crossed those boundaries. Maybe there's a girl in your life that you've been texting and you have no intention to pursue her. She's just a friend to you, but you text her quite frequently, or you guys hang out one-on-one quite frequently, and you've never really, verbalized your intentions or expectations or anything like that. Maybe you said you're friends once or twice, you try to friend zone her, but you're still behaving in this way that kind of seems like your boyfriend and girlfriend. You're kind of treating her like a girlfriend in some ways. Maybe you're sad one day and you say, oh, I'm pretty down, and she tries to cheer you up. Maybe she brings you something, and it's like you're behaving like boyfriends and girlfriends. And this is not a healthy relationship. This is not something healthy that's going on. So how do you change course? How do you fix things? Well, I would begin by just saying to her, hey, I know I've been behaving this way. I know I've been doing this, but I just want to make things clear. And you need to spell it out to her. You need to say, hey, I don't know if you have any, expectations, or you got some signals from me that I was interested in you romantically, but I just need to be clear and state where I'm at. I really appreciate you as a friend, and I love hanging out with you, but I think we need to have more boundaries in order to I want to protect your heart, and I haven't been doing a very good job of that, and so I'm sorry about that, and I want to make it better. So we're not going to be hanging out as much one-on-one because I just don't think it's wise if we're not going to, really pursue anything romantically. And I don't think it's wise that I'm texting you all the time too. So I'm just not going to be doing that. It's not that I don't care about you, but it's because I care about you that I think we should set up some of these wise boundaries. And maybe she wasn't interested in you. Maybe you really were just friends. These boundaries are a good thing and she can respect that. But maybe she was getting her hopes up, and this kind of breaks her heart a little bit, but it's better to say it now. It's better to set the boundaries now, to pull back now, to say, hey, this is what's going on, as opposed to continue on this harmful path. That's how you correct this unhealthy relationship. Dedicating time to another female who is not my wife does not make any sense to me. Seems to me to translate to, I only see women as people to have sex with, and if I can't, it's a waste of time. There's a little bit of truth in this. Purity culture has propagated the idea that women are dangerous, that they are, things to be tempted by. And so men are really cautious and they're scared. And, I'm not supposed to look at women, so I should just look away and avoid them at all costs because I don't want to stumble into sin. And maybe there's a certain level of paranoia that this has brought by. But what we need to be truly doing is saying, okay, hey, look, these are people that are created in the image of God, women that are created in the image of God. They have dignity and they have worth. And so it's not just about me being scared of them or feeling like they're going to lead me into danger, but actually saying, okay, you're created in the image of God, and I want to best serve you and honor you as an image bearer, as a daughter of God. And by doing that, I'm not going to, put you in a position that's going to be harmful for you. And I'm not going to put myself in a position that's going to be harmful for me. Because you want to be above reproach as a Christian man. You want to be above reproach. What does that mean? It means that somebody can look inside your life, can look inside your schedule and say, man, that is a Christian. That is a man that lives in a Christ-honoring way. When all of a sudden I'm saying to my wife, well, hey, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm not going to be here this evening. I'm going out with some lady named Stacy, and we're just friends. It's no big deal. We're just going to grab some drinks. Do you think that's an honoring thing to my wife? Like, seriously, do you think that's an honoring thing to my wife? Even if I were to say, oh, we're going to go out and we've been friends for a long time. We're high school friends. So we're just going to meet up again and just like reminisce about the old times. It's like, I'm not going to do that because I love my wife, because I don't want her to have to think about another woman that's captivating my attention. It's not that I just see them as a sex object. It's that I value my wife so much then I'd rather spend time with her. I'd rather continue to grow our relationship together. That's the female friendship that I want to grow. That's the female best friendship that I care most deeply about. And I'm going to grow with my brothers, my guy friends. I'm not saying you don't interact with women that aren't your wife. No, of course, you go to church. You have, women there, wives there that you're all interacting together. You're having conversations and it's great and it's wonderful and it's above reproach and it's accountable. Like you're not putting yourself in a dangerous situation. But having just a friend, a woman friend that you will go out individually with is just always a recipe for disaster. I don't care if you think there's nothing going on. Why would you put yourself in that position? To me, that's asking for trouble. Leave your guys' thoughts about this topic in the comments down below. I would love to make another video similar to this one responding to your comments. If you're interested in this content, I'd encourage you to subscribe because I'm putting out new videos like this all the time. And until next time, keep pursuing the mission.